Good evening, everybody. It's March 26, 2025. The time is 6:31 p.m. I'd like to call this Town Board regular meeting to order by asking everybody to please rise and say the pledge to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, at this time, I'm going to make a motion to go into a brief executive session to discuss a personnel issue. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion by myself, seconded by Councilman Maluta, to go into an executive session to discuss a personnel issue. I would also like to invite Superintendent Jason Sartori into this quick meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So carried. We're in executive session. Okay, we are back. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to come out of an executive session. No decisions were made, no money was spent. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made by myself, seconded by Councilman Holmes, to come out of executive session where no decisions were made and no money was spent. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So carried, one absent. At this time, are there any public comments or questions on agenda items only? Any questions or comments on agenda items only, please approach the podium. Seeing nobody approach the podium, we'll move on. Reports from the Recreation Director and the Highway Super. Recreation Director, Julie?
Hello, I'm Julie Muncie from Dover Recreation. We just finished up our last basketball games this past Monday. It's been a long season since November, but it was very successful. We had about a little over 120 kids, and that was from K through 12th grade. Our adult Zumba is every Wednesday at Wingdale Elementary School. And we're starting our new session again on April 2nd. Our Kiddie Corral is every Tuesday at JHK Park, and our Super Top program, which is on Wednesdays in Wingdale, we just finished that up. That was from 2 to 4-year-olds, and we are incorporating a few more programs for that age during the spring and summer, as well as older kids. Our Easter egg hunt is Saturday, April 12th at 1 p.m. at Boyce Park. We have M&T Bank giving out some goodie bags, as well as Hudson Valley Sweet Treats, and they're going to be selling their popcorn. Dover Cleanup is Saturday, May 17th at 8 a.m. under the pavilion at Boyce Park, and that will be for our safety instructions. We are gearing up for day camp. Day camp starts June 30th to August 8th, and our playground group right after that is from August 11th through the 22nd. Our theater program this year, we're going to be doing a High School Musical, and that is starting up on June 30th, and that performances will be on August 8th and 9th. That'll be more information to come when we'll have an informational meeting in May. We'll be sending out our spring-summer brochure in the next week or two, and that will have all our events and programs coming up. As always, our senior program is on Mondays and Tuesdays at the American Legion Hall. You can go on our website for more information on what times that we have line dancing, exercise, the program itself, as well as all of our senior trips. And our first one is coming up next month. And thank you to my staff, Paula, Doty, Sean, and Paul, for always keeping everything together for me. Does anybody have any questions?
Thank you, Julie. What was the Easter egg hunt date again and time?
April 12th at 1 p.m.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Highway Superintendent Jason Sartori.
Hi, everyone. This month, thank the Lord, no snow, which was really good. You had some warm weather, so we're getting started with our spring cleanups and stuff or whatever. The highway department also, we started doing a little bit of grading on some of our dirt roads. Usually in the springtime, we get a lot of heavals, we get muddy areas, and we have to go through and patch them up. Last year was really bad. This year, we were really lucky. The frost came out rather quickly, so we didn't have so many bad areas, but we still have some. So like Southeast Mountain, Birds Hill, Dual Hollow, we send a grader up and go through it and just straighten them up a little bit. And probably another month or so, we'll do our first grading of the spring, which will do a whole process to get our dirt roads back in shape. We also started doing some of our street sweeping stuff. We did intersections, cul-de-sacs with the equipment that we have. This Friday, we will be receiving our street sweeper, which comes in on Friday, and we get that for a month. We rent it, we put one of our guys in it, and we will start doing the streets that, whether it's Dover or Wingdale, whichever chooses first.
My office will be getting with you. We are going to be striping the library, so whatever we have to do, if we can make that happen.
Okay, yeah. Do you know a date on that, Rich, or not yet?
No.
I mean, like I
Lizette's going to
said,
reach out to you.
we'll be a month with it, so
I
if
told
it's...
her
and it's
probably next month.
The temperature's probably not warm enough yet to stripe anything anyhow. They'll probably wait till...
We discussed that
May,
today, and she's
June.
going to reach out and
Okay.
We got the price, so we're going to do it.
Yep, and I also have to get a hold of them too, because 2 projects to stripe roads this year. One is going to be Halls Apple Road, and the other one will be Pauling Lake Estates Road, which is Blackberry. Hopefully, we can get those done this year.
Got
We
it.
put money aside for it this year and stuff and budgeted it, so we're going to try to take care of that.
Thank you.
Yep. We've also started doing ditch work. A lot of our ditches get filled in over the past couple of years. When I first started, we took care of quite a few of them, or almost all of them, and it's that time again to start them again, cleaning leaves out, sticks out, mud and stuff that ends up getting in there, sweeping stuff off the road gets in there, so we need to straighten those out, and which we've started today also. Also tomorrow, I'll be meeting with 2 companies for paving. The first one will be Calaruso, and the other one will be Peckham. And this year, we're looking at paving Johnson Hill Road, Sheldon Road, Bannister Road, which is off of Johnson Hill, and Sprague, which is off of Hutchinson Avenue on the bottom. So we're looking into getting that all repaved because it really needs it. And I'd like to thank Councilman Holmes, who stops by every now and again, and we go over quite a bit of stuff that we do, and he'll tell us whether, give us ideas or tips, and we tell him what we're doing and stuff. So I really appreciate that, Thomas. The other thing is I'd like to thank my team for their dedication and their hard work. Also, my assistant, Terry, will be back to work on Monday, only for 2 or 3 hours a day. She's actually started a little bit here this week at home doing stuff for us on her computer and stuff. So I'm glad she's going to be back. And I'd like to thank Rich's office, Lizette, Tracy, and Nicole for everything they did while Terry was out. Give them a thumbs up and appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
And we're all glad she's doing well.
Yep, she is. She's doing really well. Anything? Good?
No, that's it. The striping was it.
Thank you.
Yep. Reports to the supervisor and the town board members. We'll start with Councilman Holmes.
As Jason mentioned, usually I stop in after we have a storm. Was with him this month after a heavy wind and rainstorm, and the men have been out cleaning up some trees. And they took a big undertaking in fixing the truck.
Yeah.
Putting a rear end in the truck, and all the guys got together and made it happen. So, good for them. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Tommy. Councilman Maluta.
Good evening. On Monday, I was happy to assist the seniors, on the 17th, I was happy to assist the seniors program with their St. Patrick's Day party and their karaoke, which they thoroughly enjoyed. On another note, the American Legion is post-1949 is preparing for our annual Memorial Day Parade coming up in May. Letters for participants have gone out, so we'll be looking for those, and that's what I got.
Thank you, sir. Councilwoman Jackson.
Okay. I would like to just thank everybody who participated in the Eastern Dutchess Roadrunners and the Dover Lions Club 4th Annual JH Ketchum 5K Run. It was a very successful day, a lot of runners. I think that was a record number, right? Record number of runners they had this year. And that money is raised, the proceeds from the event benefits the Scrubs Club, a health and medical careers exploration program for Dover High School students in cooperation with Sharon Hospital. And the library has a lot of activities this month, including Pisanke, which is Ukrainian egg decorating. So give the library a call. And that's it.
Thank you very much. My report this month, first let me just say the building department's report is for the month of March, 27 permits issued, 22 CO and CCs, and 5 violations issued. That was reported from Don Anderson, so thank you, Don. My report is, I want to give a big thank you out to former Supervisor Diane Judson and a resident, Holly Morrissey, for heading up a collection event, I'll say, for some food banks here in Dover. I believe tomorrow is the last day for collecting. Is it tomorrow?
It's distribution tomorrow.
Distributions tomorrow. So we have a pile of stuff out in the big room here at the town hall. I want to thank them for heading this up, and I want to thank each and every person that donated and gave time to helping this event out. It's going to some much-needed people, much-needed organizations, so I thank you for that. Julie brought up the cleanup day. That is coming, May 17th. Please keep that in mind. And then you may have on social media seen some posts for a special event, a fundraiser, May 31st, to help out a young man here in the town. It's much needed. It's going to be a great day to help this family out and this young man out. If there's any questions, if I may, feel free to say so. Reach out to our rec department office, ask for Julie, our rec director, or you can call my office and ask for Tracy Anderson. All right, again, May 31st, start time, Julie? 11 a.m. until 6 or whenever. We're going to try to bring in as much as we can for this young gentleman and his family. The family holds a special heart in a lot of people in this town, but especially here in our town hall. And that's as far as I'll go with that. But we'd like to see as many people as we can there. This is an event that is much needed. And I'll leave it all at that, and thank you ahead of time for those that are putting the time in, Julie, Tracy, and everybody else involved. All right? That's all I have. Resolution to authorize and approve consent agenda items. Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover does hereby approve the following items for consideration and adoption on the March 25th, 2025, Town Board, March 26th, 2025 Town Board regular meeting consent agenda. Authorized payment of abstract number 3 of 2020-25 and the amount of $185,484.62. Accept the minutes of the Town Board meeting of February 26, 2025. Approve the Town Clerk's report for February 2025. And approve the Town Supervisor's financial report for February 2025. Accept resignation of Board of Assessment Review member Larry House. Appoint Douglas Weck to the Board of Assessment Review with a term beginning March 26, 2025 and ending September 30th, 2029. Authorize the supervisor to execute a 2025 Dutchess County polling site agreement. Accept the unanticipated revenue. Authorize budget transfers, budget amendments, and payment of off-abstract purchase orders as prepared and submitted by the town's bookkeeper. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, brought by Maluda, seconded by Holmes. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So carried, one absent. If you didn't notice, I did have to skip one, but at this time, I would like to make a motion to appoint Carrie Jackson to the Board of Assessment Review with the term beginning March 26th, 2025 and ending September 30th, 2030. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made by myself and seconded by Councilman Holmes. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
3 ayes, 1 abstain. The ayes have it, so carried. Correct, Counsel? Yes. Okay. At this time, you're going to read this one. Yeah. We're going to handle this one. At this time, I need to recuse myself from a resolution authorizing the 2024 Town of Dover Volunteer Firefighters Length of Service Award Program, LOSAP, due to the reason of that I am a life member of the J.H. Ketchum Hose Company, and if and when I will benefit from this program. So at this time, I recuse myself and turn the meeting over to Councilman Jan Maluda. Just that. Let's start from there.
Resolution authorizing the 2024 Town of Dover Volunteer Firefighters Length of Service Award Program, LOSAP. Whereas, as the Town of Dover adopted a Length of Service Awards Program, LOSAP, for the members of the J.H. Ketchum Hose Company, which provides fire and emergency services to the Town of Dover. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Town of Dover, the Town Board of the Town of Dover does hereby accept the annual Length of Service Awards Program, LOSAP, reports for 2024 prepared by the J.H. Ketchum Hose Company, Inc., as attached hereto and made part hereof, this Resolution 2024 LoSAP credits. Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Accepted by Councilwoman Jackson and seconded by Councilman Holmes. Any other questions? Carried.
What about,
All in favor, yes.
aye.
I'm sorry.
No worries.
Thank you.
Very good.
Resolution authorizing opening of bank account for General Reserve Fund for Emergency Services. Whereas the Town of Dover 2025 adopted budget included a provision for a General Reserve Fund for Town of Dover Emergency Services. And whereas the Town Board of the Town of Dover desires to transfer $50,000 from the General A Fund to a newly established Emergency Services General Reserve account. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover hereby authorizes the establishment of opening a bank account for general reserve funds for emergency services at M&T Bank to be named Town of Dover General Reserve Emergency Services. And be it further resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover does hereby authorize the transfer of $50,000 from the General A Fund to the newly established Town of Dover General Reserve Emergency Services account. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Brought by Maluta, seconded by Jackson. Discussion. So what this is if you remember in the budget process, this was a $50,000 line to put towards the emergency services contracts in the next year. So what it does is it helps us in the budget process next year. You're putting it in the budget now to get it $50,000 closer next year. All right? So when we get those unexpected increases, we're prepared a little better the previous year. See what I'm saying? Okay?
Supervisor, was it 50,000 or 150,000?
It was 50.
It was only 50?
50.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay, that's fine. It just,
it was 50.
okay.
The contract goes up 150.
Oh, okay, that's where I remembered the number from. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
It's
All
a
right.
$150,000 increase next year, so we started it this year to get there next year.
Okay, excellent. All
Okay.
right, thanks so much.
Any other discussion? Seeing no other discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried, one absent. Resolution authorizing proclamation declaring May 2025 a Mental Health Awareness Month. Whereas mental health is essential to the well-being and the vitality of our families, businesses, and communities, and whereas mental health conditions are real and prevalent in our nation, with 1 out of 5 Americans affected by mental illness each year, and whereas more people die from suicide in the United States than traffic accidents, and an estimated 18 veterans die from suicide each day, and whereas stigma and fear of discrimination keep many who would benefit from mental health services from seeking help, and whereas with effective treatment, those individuals with mental health conditions can recover and lead full, productive lives. And whereas education, compassion, and awareness about mental illness can change negative attitudes and behaviors towards people with mental illness. And whereas each business, school, government agency, law enforcement agency, healthcare provider, organization, and citizen shares the responsibility to promote mental wellness and support prevention efforts. Now therefore, I, Supervisor Richard Gino, on behalf of the Town Board of the Town of Dover, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2025 Mental Health Awareness Month in the Town of Dover. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Brought by Maluta, seconded by Jackson. Discussion. This is something that we do each and every year, and it's needed. And we bring the awareness. We're provided with literature and information from NAMI, the NAMI organization, and you'll see it throughout the town that it is what we have decided to do each and every year, and we keep it going. And as long as I'm sitting here, we will keep it going. So, anything else?
Rich, sadly, you reported 18 veterans a day. I have in my records 22 veterans commit suicide a day. It's a real thing, and we need to address it as
God
a
bless 'em.
community.
All right, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried, one absent. Resolution to authorize use of Boyce Park for Camp Rama Family Visiting Day. Whereas Camp Rama has requested to use the Boyce Park parking lot on July 20th, 2025 for their family day, and whereas for traffic and safety, Camp Rama has requested the use of Town of Dover constables. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover does hereby authorize Camp Rama to use the parking area in Boyce Park designated by the Town of Dover on Sunday, July 20th, 2025, for their family day, along with Town of Dover constables for traffic and safety purposes. And be it further resolved that Camp Rama will reimburse the Town of Dover for the cost of the use of the Town of Dover constables on Sunday, July 20th, 2025. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Brought by Holmes, seconded by Maluta. Discussion. This happens each and every day, and July 20th is good, right, Julie? They checked with you first? Okay. So this is something that happens every day. As you notice in the last line, it is no expense to the town. They reimburse the cost of the constables for their time down there working. All right? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So carried, one absent. Resolution to authorize advertisement for requests for proposals for Town Hall wheelchair lift purchase and installation. Whereas the Town Board of the Town of Dover desires to seek requests for proposals for a wheelchair lift purchase and installation at Dover Town Hall. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover does hereby authorize and direct the town clerk to advertise for requests for proposals for the purchase and installation of a wheelchair lift at Dover Town Hall in the official newspaper of the Town of Dover. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Brought by Jackson, seconded by Maluta. Any discussion? Madam Clerk, do you want to speak on this? No?
Sure. The lift has been malfunctioning and unoperational for the past couple months, and there are grant funds that we can allocate for the project. So we're going to move forward with advertising for bids for purchase and installation, and hopefully have it back up and running as soon as we can.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bottom line is the wheelchair lift aged out on us. It's getting harder and harder to fix and find parts, and what's wrong with it now is basically the reason. So thank you to Katie for taking the lead, as always, with this, and hopefully we'll get somebody in here fairly soon. All right? Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Carried, one absent. Resolution to award request for proposal for engineering and design services for the Route 22 and School Street Dover Plains Crosswalk Improvement Project. Whereas the Town of Dover received a 2024 Dutchess County Community Development Block Grant Award for ADA compliant improvements to the crosswalk at the intersection of Route 22 and School Street in Dover Plains. And whereas the town prepared and issued a request for proposal that was reviewed by the Dutchess County CDBG program, advertised in the Poughkeepsie Journal, on the Town of Dover's Bids and RFPs website, and on Empire Purchasing Group /BidNet. And whereas requests for proposal were received and opened on March 19th, 2025. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town of Dover hereby awards the proposal to the lowest responsible bidder, JMT of New York, Latham, New York, in the amount of $20,500. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Brought by Jackson, seconded by Maluta. Discussion. This is the grant we all applied for the crosswalk to help make it safer, coming from the school side of 22 to the Stone Church side of 22. It'll be done correctly, improved. Curb cuts are going to be different because the state DOT said it was done wrong years and years and years ago by the state. By the state. So we received this grant, and they are fully behind it, so hopefully this will be, it'll be started here sooner than later. All right? Any other discussion? Hearing no further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So carried, one absent. Gotta think twice about this one. Julie didn't hear me. Authorize the purchase of a water slide combo for Recreation Department programs from Parks Capital Reserve. Whereas the Town of Dover Recreation Commission has approved an expense from Jungle Jumps for a water slide slip and slide combo to be used for Dover recreation programs in the amount of $6,054 to be paid from the Parks Capital Reserve. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover hereby authorizes an expense from Jungle Jumps for a water slide slip and slide combo to be used for Dover recreation programs in the amount of $6,054 to be paid from Parks Capital Reserve. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover hereby authorizes a budget modification to increased expenditure account A 7110.2.200 and revenue account A 9999000 in the amount of $6,054. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Brought by Maluta, seconded by Jackson. Any discussion?
Is that for adults too?
Superintendent Satori says the adults get to try it first.
That's right. I want to see all town board members down there and Tom.
This, truthfully, in the long run, this is a money saver for the rec department. The money that she actually spends to rent that type of
Yeah, we might as well just have one.
apparatus, whatever you want to call it, and that's why they're bringing it to us tonight. So we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So carried. One absent. Resolution to accept 2024 Town of Dover GASB 75 Actuarial Report. Whereas the GASB 75 is an accounting and financial reporting provision requiring government employees to measure and report the liabilities associated with other post-employment benefits. And whereas the Town of Dover bookkeeper has forwarded a copy of the GASB number 75 actuarial report for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2024, prepared by the law firm of Danziger and Markoff, LLC, to the Town Board of Review. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover hereby accepts the GASB number 75 actuarial report in 2024 for 2025, prepared by the law firm of Danziger and Markoff. Is that a typo, counsel? The last one, report for 2024? That's correct?
Based on the past year.
I'm sorry. The actuarial report for 2024, prepared by the law firm of Danziger and Markoff. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Brought by Maluta, seconded by Holmes. Any discussion? Thank you, Nicole, and everybody else involved. Hearing no other discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried, one absent. Resolution acknowledging the hiring of Highway Department worker Whereas the Town of Dover Highway Superintendent Jason Sartori has advised the Town Board of the Town of Dover of the hiring of Charles Morelli to the position of Heavy Machine Equipment Operator, HMEO, at the Town of Dover Highway Department effective March 24th, 2025. And now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover does hereby acknowledge the hiring of Charles Morelli to the position of HMEO in the Town of Dover Highway Department effective March 24th, 2025, at the rate set in the current IBT Local 456 contract. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Brought by Holmes, seconded by Maluta. Any discussion?
Welcome aboard.
Yep, welcome. Hearing no further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So carried, one absent. Resolution authorizing the hiring of town constable. Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover hereby authorizes the hiring of James N. Miller as a town constable in the Town of Dover at the hourly rate of $24.76 per hour, effective March 31st, 2025. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion brought by Maluta, seconded by Holmes. Discussion? Hearing no discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried, one absent. That is the end of the resolutions. Next on the agenda is public comments. If there are anybody in the public who would like to make a comment, please come to the podium, state your name, your address, and what you'd like to say.
How loud is this going to be? Hello, my name is Emmett Aaron Borgo. I live on 32 Weepatuk Road. I have many things to say, but I'll keep it to this one for right now. First of all, we have an official newspaper here in the town of Dover,
Poughkeepsie Journal we use.
BFT Journal. Okay. And then I understand that the area. I'm not too well versed in the local zoning laws, but the area of Dogtail Corners is going into Route 55 is still zoned for commercial, correct?
55 and Dogtail Corners?
Yes. Is it? Am I getting? Did I mix up 55 and 22?
Is that Weepatuk Craft Village?
The old Hunt's Country Furniture? Is that what
Yes.
you're talking about?
Yes. That's still zoned for commercial, correct?
We'd have to look at our map, which isn't handy right now, but we can get back to you on that. Just leave your name
Okay.
and number.
I was just thinking that it'd be a good idea if we try to reinvigorate the area with new local business as well. At the entrance to the corner at the entrance of the Westchester Modular, or across from Everglade Heights, I think would also be a good place is if we have the authorization to establish a small business of some kind, and as it is a high traffic area, and I feel like it would be a good source of both income to the town and local community.
And you're talking where? Reagan's Mill, the entrance of the Westchester Modular Factory?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
It's just proposals ideas I'd like to bring to the council.
We will look into it and consider it and see what is zoned and see what we can do there.
right,
We
thank
just
you.
can't give you an answer, yeah, we'll put something there.
I understand that.
Okay.
But I just wanted to bring it to the council's attention.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else from the public that would like to make a comment, ask a question? Seeing nobody else approaching the podium at this time, I will make a motion to go into executive session and not return to the dais for the discussion of litigation. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made by myself to go into executive session and not return to the dais to discuss a litigation issue. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? So carried. Next meeting is Wednesday, April 30th. We are now in executive session. Thank you, everybody. Safe home.